Nathan MacKinnon, Canadian, hockey player, Stanley Cup winner, record breaker, and now Hart Trophy winner.
Nathan MacKinnon wins his first Hart Trophy.
And we can't be too partial here, but he deserved it. MacKinnon was unstoppable this year. It was by far his best one yet. At 28 years old, he seems to be at the top of his abilities. Let's see how he got to where he is now.
Colorado Avalanche are proud to select with our first pick, Nathan MacKinnon.
I kind of blacked out for a second, but it's so cool.
Nathan MacKinnon, born in Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia, started breaking records as soon as he stepped on the ice.
I'm a speedy two-way player. Like to think of myself as good vision around the net. I'm a pass-first guy, and then I'll look to shoot after that. But the biggest asset is probably my skating.
At age 15, he headed to the Halifax Mooseheads, the team his family had had season tickets for years. This was the team where he grew into the player the Avs drafted 2 years later, in 2013.
And with that being said, the Colorado Avalanche are proud to select with our first pick from the Halifax Mooseheads, Nathan MacKinnon.
I've dreamed about this moment for majority of my life, and for it to finally come true and to be part of an organization like this is definitely surreal.
I think the expectations were high. There was a lot of hype around him, obviously as a #1 pick. Everybody was excited to see what he had to offer. You could tell there was something special about his game. Most obvious was his speed.
Just enough of separation.
I think a lot of people paid close attention to what Nathan MacKinnon was doing that year, and to say he lived up to the hype, I would say up to that point he was everything we had been promised. He was still so young, and to make that big of an impact in the league, you're like, okay, where is the ceiling for this guy?
MacKinnon in overtime. Colorado gets it done.
So far, this sounds like a success story. Right now, in 2024, MacKinnon has broken an incredible amount of records set by the franchise. Look how happy he is.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best player in the world. I don't think it's really a question at the moment, to be completely honest with you. I mean, my opinion can be taken very biasly as well, obviously playing with the guy, but you get what you earn, and he's definitely earning it right now.
But after he got drafted in 2013 and moved to Colorado, the expectations seemed to be set a little bit too high. He had a pretty good rookie season, scoring 63 points. That was enough for MacKinnon to win the Calder Trophy for Rookie of the Year. But in the seasons that followed, he could never really reach those highs of that rookie season.
I remember the first couple of years looking at him compared to some other guys that were drafted in his draft class and almost having that buyer's remorse. Like, oh shoot, they missed on it. It was a good first year, but maybe Sean Monahan would have been the better option, or name a handful of the guys that went after Nathan MacKinnon were having better starts to their careers. So yeah, there was a little element of like, did they choose the right guy, or have we already seen the best of this guy's capabilities in his rookie season?
The beat goes on for Nathan MacKinnon. We're tied.
And then, this guy came onto the scene.
It is such an honor, and I'm so grateful to be offered this job and to be the next coach of the Avs. If I want to be the coach of the Avalanche 3, 4, 5 years from now, then I have to prove that I'm the right guy to help move this team forward.
We all remember the debacle that was Coach Bednar's first season with the Avs in 2016-17. Coming in just a month before the season started, he had no time to really work on his team, and the Avs had their worst season in franchise history. But by Bednar's second year with the team, MacKinnon's production went way up. With an average of 92 points in the last 6 years, MacKinnon's offensive power was starting to awaken. The team hasn't missed the playoffs since.
I'm not really surprised the way he plays, and he plays hard, and he's off the ice, he's really dialed in, being an athlete, and very hard work ethic.
Obviously, I'm just trying to play well, doing a lot of work on and off the ice, and it's paying off right now. And obviously, the players on this team, I mean, I wouldn't have this many without some of the best players in the whole league.
Is there any elite habits? I'd say, yeah, every single habit that he has is elite. He's always been the most dedicated guy off the ice since I've been here.
It's a 4-goal night.
It's impossible to say whether Bednar is the sole reason MacKinnon started playing at this elite level. Actually, it's probably not the reason. But it's still interesting to see that by giving him a little bit more freedom, Bednar also gave him the opportunity to do what he does now.
For MacKinnon. Now MacKinnon. Score!
We get done a game, and most teams are on the bus in 20 minutes, and they're on the plane within an hour flying to wherever they're going. And they get in early. We get in late. Nate has a routine after the game that he does at home, on the road. It doesn't matter because that's what makes him ready for the next game. And as a coach, you just go along with it. You know, I sit on my computer and work for an hour after the game before we get on the bus, you know?
In the end, obviously, no one paved the way for MacKinnon as much as Nathan MacKinnon.
Here come the Hats.
It starts with all of his off-ice stuff. I mean, it's relentless, it's consistent, it's dialed in to the point that he's gonna do it.
He's a leader on this team. I mean, I like to think a lot of guys contribute on that, but at the end of the day, you got to have guys that are pulling the sled. And I mean, this year he's been our top dog, and it's fun to watch. I mean, it's fun to play with a guy like that that's showing up every single night. And yeah, Nate's been our dog this year for sure.
And I don't know what his ceiling is. It's really hard to tell. I mean, you're seeing players enter the league better and better every year than in years past, and you're seeing star players continue to elevate their game and hit numbers that I never thought were possible in today's NHL. So yeah, it's hard to say, but I mean, I think we'd be pretty happy if he just continued to play the way he is right now, but I wouldn't bet against him on continuing to improve.
First, look at him go! Nate Dogg scores!
You know, the growth mindset is just never thinking you're really there, and you know, that's important. I think a lot of guys are improving on our team, and I'm one of them for sure.
It won him the Stanley Cup in 2022, and now he is officially an MVP.
Yeah, it's really cool. I know it's an individual award, but you do feel you're kind of connected to these all-time grades, so really cool.